shouldn't have to be single in order for you to want to prioritize your own dreams and aspirations. It shouldn't take you being single for you to want to focus on yourself. The Next Door Podcast. Welcome back to the Next Door Podcast. I am Bestie Next Door, and I'm like your bestie next door. If you like your tea to be extra, extra sweet, then this place is not for you. Because we like our tea to be sweet and bitter. Sweet enough that it goes down, bitter enough to wake us up. Guys, I know. I've been taking time to produce new podcast episodes for Spotify, Google Podcasts, and all the audio platforms, and I've been slacking with my YouTube, and it's because I've been feeling very overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to say, you know what, I'm gonna separate my YouTube channel from my audio platform, but it's not working. Like the saying goes, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'm gonna keep doing how I was doing before, which was posting my YouTube videos and subtracting the audio and putting it on the audio platforms. That's the only way I'll be able to keep coming to you guys with new episodes, because your girl was getting overwhelmed. Also, I do want to let you guys know that the Baddie Blueprint, the digital blueprint, is no longer of existence. That was 2024, but now we are in our wealthy girl era with joining the Wealth Club. The Wealth Club is basically a club that hosts high-end courses, guides, masterclasses taught by industry professionals. What makes the Wealth Club better than the digital blueprint and the Baddie Blueprint is you can resell your access card for 100% profit. And another good thing about the Wealth Club is the members that's inside the Wealth Club, you can network with them. So you can chat them privately. Now that we got past that, on today's episode, we're talking about how to decenter men and how to date like a rich woman. And I think this is very important. 2025, we are no longer thinking about, oh, why he didn't text me? How do I make him obsessed? How do I make him love me? We are decentering men, because when you decenter men, they center you. Facts. A lot of you are so worried about men because you don't have enough money. Yeah. This is why some of you need to get busy with a hobby. Some of you, most of you, and all of you need to join the Wealth Club, because when you're busy making money, networking with girlies, doing your girls trip, you're not going to be so focused on why he didn't text you, why he didn't call you, how do I make him love me more? You're going to be so focused on yourself. When you're happy with yourself, your relationships become better. You glow different. Everything starts with you. Looking in the mirror, everything starts with you. If you don't like the men that you attract, you don't like how your dating life is going, it has a lot to do with you. And before I even get into today's topic, because you guys know I like to ramble, there's a few things that I've learned while I was on break. I was so blessed to see different things. Like, I was around people who have money that never finish. That's the type of people I was around. And one thing that I've noticed is, if you don't like the kind of guys that you attract and you don't like the guys that you're currently dating, it has a lot to do with your social class. You need to increase your income. Like, when I was around these people, I'm like, damn, most of the girlies that they bring with them or that's in that circle, they all are at a certain financial level. You know, the girlies that be saying, oh, when you have your own money, you're going to attract dusties. Men spend money when they know you don't have money. That's a lie. That's poverty and scarcity mindset. The girlies that have their own money and that's making a bag, the guys that they attract spend more over the girlies that don't have shit going on. Clock it. Don't listen to the girlies online that in the comment section like, yeah, I met the richest guy when I was the brokest. When you check their lifestyle, you can tell us a lot, because if you've dealt with the rich man in the past, your life should reflect that he shines some type of light in your life. So some of the girlies that, oh, I date rich men, some of them be so proud to say they've dated a rich man, as opposed to saying, yeah, he helped me invest in this business. Now I'm making X amount. Half of them haven't really dated any rich guy. And I'm telling you, I've been in these circles based on, now that I'm at a different point in life, the friends that I have, I'm blessed to be in these circles. And what I've noticed is that all the girlies that are in those circles networking with those type of guys, they're at a certain financial class. And in order for you to get access to those type of guys, now in 2025, you need to be at a certain income level. You have to be able to afford certain things for yourself. You have to be able to provide a certain luxury lifestyle for yourself. They say the way you treat yourself is how you show others to treat you. Old dating tricks are not working anymore in this new era. It's not working anymore. Men that have money want to deal with the girlies that got their own money. Not because they want you to go 50-50 with them or because they want you to spend money on them. It's because they want to deal with someone that's in their class. There's certain things that they do that you would understand. They want to deal with the woman that just understands the lifestyle. And not only that, they also want to deal with the woman who's occupied in her mind. Not wake up in the morning and be toxic toxic. No, because when you're getting your own money as a woman, you don't even have time to be toxic. You don't have time to tolerate the bullshit. But when you're not getting your own money as a woman, and when you're so men-centered, you have so much more energy to put into a man more than you put into yourself. Enough of that chit-chat. Let's get into how to decenter men. Decentering men doesn't mean you need to hate men, or when you see them, you throw up. It means not prioritizing a man's perspective or needs above your own. So the first step to decentering men is prioritizing your own desires and needs. A lot of times, a lot of women do not do this, and that's why they're not happy or fulfilled in a relationship or fulfilled with dating overall. Make decisions based on what you want. A lot of you have a hard time with making decisions, and when it comes to decentering men, you got to prioritize what you want. A lot of you trust men with your future over yourself. You don't even trust yourself to build the future you want for yourself. You trust a man you don't even know. You need to hold yourself accountable. So the number one step in decentering men is prioritizing your own needs and desires. The second thing in decentering men is keeping your social circle. A lot of you get into relationships and all of a sudden you don't want to answer your friend phone call anymore. All of a sudden you're too good to hang out with your friends. Some of you that are newly married will act like, oh, I'm a wife now, so I can't hang out with single girls. And that's why majority of women end up resenting their man years later, because they feel like they missed out on something. And in order to not resent a man, you have to do exactly what you want to do now. As long as it's not something disrespectful, there's no reason why you need to be the one always compromising your happiness just because of your relationship. A man will not do the same. If it's not going to make him happy, he's not doing it. He will not compromise his happiness. A lot of men cheat because they want to be happy. So it's not about, when I say these things, it's not like, oh, you need to cheat because it's going to make you happy, but it's more so about the first step, prioritizing yourself. Like if you want to do something, you want to hang out with the girls, you be like, you know what? I need a girls' night out. Let me go hang out with my girls. It shouldn't be, oh no, I want to do it with my man because my man understands me the best. My man is my best friend. My man, this man. No. Keep balance. Have a healthy balance between your social life and your relationship. There's certain things you can't tell your man. You should not be telling the man you're dating everything. Keep a level of privacy. Having a social life will keep you happy and keep you updated, and it will keep you from resenting the man you're dating. Your friends should not only know you when you're single. Keep your identity. Decenter men. The third step to decentering men is focusing on your goals and aspirations. A lot of you are so busy with the man that you forget, like I mentioned earlier in this episode, that you forget about your own goals and aspirations. Focus on your goals and aspirations. Every morning you wake up, what are some tasks that you need to do for the day? What are some goals that you need to knock out? Is it lose weight? Is it make more money? Focus more so on that. Anytime when you're thinking about, oh, why he didn't text me? Oh, how do I get him to love me? Tell yourself you got way more things to be focused on than focusing on that man. Whether it be your husband, boyfriend, situationship, whatever it is, focus on your goals and aspirations, because you will be more fulfilled and happy with yourself when you achieve your goals. You'll be like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I finally made 20,000, or I'm so happy I lost those 20 pounds. When you achieve these goals and when you're living in the version of yourself that you envision, you'll realize that, oh my God, I can't believe I was so focused on that. I can't believe that I was even thinking about why he didn't like me then. And it goes back to what I was saying. The main reason why a lot of you are so men-centered is because you don't have enough money. When you make money, when you're making money, and when you have a hobby that you love, you are not going to be worried about the man. I'm telling you, you're not going to be worried about him not texting you. You're not going to be worried about him not calling you. You're not going to be worried about him not chasing you. Oh, he's not interested in me anymore. You're not going to be worried about how to make him obsessed. All these irrelevant topics and things that you think about, you're not going to be worried about that. Make money. Join the Wealth Club. When you join the Wealth Club, you're going to learn high income skills. You're going to be able to network with it. You're not going to be thinking about the irrelevant things. Before I get into how to date like a rich woman, I want to clock this real quick. You shouldn't have to be single in order for you to want a decenter man. A lot of you was like, oh, when you're single, that's when you decenter men. But when you're in a relationship or when you like a guy, all of a sudden you forget about everything. You're like, yeah, I got to center the man. You shouldn't have to be single in order for you to want to decenter a man. You shouldn't have to be single in order for you to want to prioritize your own dreams and aspirations. It shouldn't take you being single for you to want to focus on yourself. The universe should not have to push you to not have a man for you to be centered. Whether you have a man or not, center yourself. Because let me tell you something. The one person that can never let you down is yourself. You can always trust yourself to give you the future you want. But with a man, it could be shaky. 1 minute, I want to make you a stay-at-home, and the next second, he can throw it in your face. When you're making a lot of money, when you're occupied, trust and believe, you'll see how men will center you because you're self-absorbed. And I want to make this very clear. It's not about hating men or because you're making X amount of money, all of a sudden you don't need a man. It's not about that. It's just more so about peace. You glow different and you enter the best relationships when you're not operating from a place of lack. With me saying that, let's connect into how to date like a rich woman, because rich women date completely different than the average woman. Now, with rich women, they remove the financial security aspect because they are financially secure and they date based on compatibility. You see, a lot of you don't understand that you literally date on your financial class. When you be like, oh, he can't give me $100 or he can't even give me $500. Look in the mirror. Are you willing to spend $500 on yourself? Are you willing to see something that's $500 and look at it and say it's not expensive? A lot of you don't realize that the people you date is really a reflection of yourself. If you look at $500 like a lot of money to spend on yourself, then of course the guy is not going to give you $500 because it's a reflection of you. You're only mirroring what's inside of you. But a lot of you don't realize that. Rich women, they don't date based on financial security because they already have the finances. So now it's more so about compatibility. You want to make sure that you don't date for financial security, because when you're dating for financial security, trust and believe, you're going to end up in sticky situations. Now you're going to be dating from a place of lack. Now you're going to be insecure. Now you're going to be like, oh my God, you know what? He did this, but I'm going to just deal with it because I need him. You don't want to be in a place where you need a man to survive. You want to be in a place where you need a man because you want companionship, not because, oh, damn, if I don't have him, I'm not going to be able to survive. I'm not going to be able to feed myself, or I'm not going to be able to afford to live a quality life. You want to make sure that you can sustain a lifestyle for yourself, because when you're able to sustain a lifestyle for yourself, you're able to date with clarity, and you're not dating from a place of lack. You're not dating with insecurity. So one, rich women date based on compatibility. They don't date for financial security. That's the first thing. The second thing is they hold their partners to high standards because they have high standards for themselves. They don't date for potential. A lot of you be dating for potential and the potential ends up being nothing. You date for potential. Potential will keep you there for so long. Let's say, for example, you 400 pounds and you have potential to look the way you look now. A man is not going to wait for you to become average weight to date you. He going to sit there and say, okay, you're 400 pounds. Well, go to the side. Let me go and find someone that's an average size. You know, no offense to anyone that's 400 pounds, but just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, a man would never wait for a woman to get to her full potential. So why are you waiting for a man to get to his full potential? If he doesn't hold himself to high regards, next caller. If he doesn't have what it is you're looking for, next caller. I actually want to say this before I move on to the next thing. A lot of you are scared to next caller because of your financial situation. A lot of you don't believe that you're going to find someone because you're not in the right circle. And most times the women that say, oh, well, I make a lot of money, I'm a nurse, I'm this, I'm that, and I still attract dusties, it's because you're in the wrong circle. Yeah. You need to change your circle. Your circle matters a lot. We're all connected in some type of way. One thing about rich women is because they're so financially stable and because they're in the right circle, they're never scared to next caller because they know there's more where they come from. A lot of you have a scarcity mindset when it comes to your money, and it reflects in your dating life. When you don't have a scarcity mindset when it comes to money, you're not going to have a scarcity mindset when it comes to dating, because you know you can always move on to the next one, move on to the next one. And I want to clock this. It's not about moving from man to man to man to man to man, because obviously you're going to have to compromise, right? But you want to make sure you're with the person you're compatible with. When you remove the financial aspect, you're able to see a guy for what he truly is, because you know he has money, you have money, he has money. So we're removing the money part. Now, are we compatible? Can I live with you? Do I see you to be a good father? Do I see you to be a good husband? Do I see us actually doing things together? You're able to see a man for what he is. When you remove the financial aspect, you being financially stable does not mean you have to date down. Again, let's clock this. A lot of women believe once they become financially stable, they're going to have to, date down. All these movies that show women that are in high positions, they end up dating a guy that's less than them. That's bullshit. Don't allow them to push to you this scarcity mindset of, there's not enough enough men out there. Oh, if you make a lot of money as a woman, you're going to only date down. They're trying to keep you here. That financial status, you should not want to compromise. And the only way for you to even see there's a lot of men with money is when you become a woman who has money. Hello. And guys, you know one thing about me. I don't tell you guys any lies. I'm saying this from exactly what I'm seeing. I'm literally seeing this in real life, so I know it's obtainable. Before we even get into the next thing, I just want to ramble real quick. A lot of the girlies that talk about this dating stuff, like, oh, how to be a kept wife, how to be this, how to be that, how to half of them, they're not in the field. They don't know what's really going on. They just keep teaching you guys this old, boring bullshit. Bestie Next Door, I stay up to date. I know what the hell's happening. I listen to my friends. Just because I'm in a relationship, just because I'm married, I don't say, oh, I can't hang out with my single friends anymore. No, bitch. I still be knowing what's going on. Girl, give me the tea. Oh, this is what happening. I still go to certain places. Yeah, I wear my ring. Yeah, of course I tell them I'm married, but I still get to see what's happening because it gives me confirmation I'm leading you guys in the right direction. I'm not sitting there always in the house, I'm just married, so I'm only going to teach you how to be a housewife and not have no money. No, because as I'm a housewife, I still make sure I keep busy. I decenter my husband. I don't center around what he got going on and his friends. I once was like that. I know how happy and fulfilled I am now that I have decentered men completely, and I know how I was when I was centered by a man. You lose edges, you lose sleep, you look tired, you look drained. Bitch, the lifestyle of decentering men and making your own money and being in your wealthy girl era and making sure your body's nice and tight and making sure you're operating from the highest level of confidence. Bitch, this lifestyle, I wish it upon all the girlies in 2025. All the girlies in 2025. Bitch, you better be joining that wealth club. You need to join the wealth club, babes. I'm telling you, join the wealth club. When you join the wealth club, you'll see everything I'm talking about. You be like, bestie, I'm so glad you put me on. Anyways, let's go back to what we were saying. The third key point on how rich women date is confidence. They date with confidence of knowing that, okay, if we're not compatible, it's okay. I don't have to argue or drag or make you be what you're not. They know their value. They know what they bring to the table. And it's not about, oh, I bring money to the table, so he has to respect me. But they exude this level of self-resilience. They exude this level of confidence. The fourth key point on how rich women date, they indulge in high-end activities. Some of you bitches don't want to do wine tasting. Some of you bitches don't even want to go to art galleries. Some of you bitches don't even want to go to all these high-end auctions or networking events. You got to start acting and showing up like the rich version of yourself. Some of you may ask me, oh, how do you meet these girls and how do you get around these circles and how do you get the opportunity to meet this person, these owners, these oil and gas? How? By indulging in high-end activities. You going to the club every night, you're not going to meet anyone. You going to the bar every night, you're not going to meet anyone. You need to start going to quality places. Like, it should be a blessing to see you. It shouldn't be, we see her every Friday, by the bar looking for a rich man. Standing by the bar looking for a rich man, that is outdated. In 2025, in order for you to get these high-end connections, you have to, first of all, make sure you can afford to go to these places, number one. And number two, you got to actually start showing up, looking good. Not the long nails and the long 19 lashes. No, short nails, short lashes. Your lashes should not pass 12 mm. If you're doing 16, 18, 19, your lashes are too long. If your nails are this long, your nails are too long. When you get around wealthy circles, they can literally judge you based on what you're wearing. Too much makeup, a 40-inch bust down. You got to remember, when you dress a certain way, you're going to attract that class that you're dressing in. And if you want to be in the upper class, you need to emulate the way they act, the way they dress. They like to look clean and simple. Those long nails, leave it in 2024. Them 19 mm lashes, leave it in 2024. The 50-inch bust down, if it's not a celebration or an occasion, leave that shit in 2024. Start looking more natural. Promise you guys, if you guys listen to everything that I'm saying as far as joining the Wealth Club, looking more classy, high-end activity, trust and believe you're going to be so happy. You're going to say, oh my God, bestie, thank you for that episode. That episode literally changed my life. Now I'm dating this. Now I'm doing this. Now I have this investor. You guys got to start thinking like that. You guys got to stop looking for financial security in men. Look for financial security in yourself, because when you're financially secure with yourself, you can walk away from any situation that's uncomfortable. Any situation that doesn't favor you, you're going to be able to walk away. But when you're so centered with men and looking for financial security in men, you're not going to ever feel fulfilled. You want to be able to date someone based on compatibility. The financial aspect, you're financially secure, and of course he's going to be financially secure. Remove that. You want to be able to date someone that makes sense, that know is going to be a good father, that's going to be a good man to you, that's God-fearing, that, values your time. Although you have your own money, he's adding to that. Men are so ego-driven that when they see their woman is doing a lot of things for themselves financially, they're going to want to do more. That's why it's so important for you to get on that income class. When you get on that income class, you'll find someone that will match your energy. Look at Jada Waiter, for example. Let's just use Jada Waiter, for example. She went to London and a guy bought her a Chanel bag without even seeing her, without even seeing her panties. When you get to that level of financial security, trust and believe the men that you attract and the things that men will do for you, you're going to be so woo. You're going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't even know. Because you are no longer going to be impressed with the bare minimum. You know that song, 100 Sprinters by Central C and what's this guy named? Dave something, whatever. I always say Dave East. And Dave, where he said in the rap, he literally said, I love chilling with broke bitches because I booked them a flight and they're all impressed. Go read the lyrics of 100 Sprinters. He literally said, I love chilling with broke bitches because I booked them a flight and they're all impressed. And that's 100% true. Some of you bitches get so excited with a flight. You be like, oh my God, he booked me a flight. Oh my God, he booked me a flight. But a girlie who's always booking flights by herself, she's not going to be impressed by that. She's going to be like, okay, you booked me a flight. All right, that's cute. Ooh. Because you're doing that for yourself. But if he booked you a flight and wire transfer you $100K, now you're like, oh, okay, now we're talking. Because he already knows what he got to do, because he already sees that you're the type of girly that's already booking flights and taking flights every time anyway. So in order for him to impress you, he knows that when he book you the flight, he got to also send you some money. He knows that he got to make sure there's a car service there for you. He got to make sure that when you get into the hotel room, you see a whole bunch of orange boxes, Chanel. He knows he got to woo you. He knows because you're already used to a certain thing. He already knows that, all right, cool. I got to give her, when she land, immediately when she comes, I got to give her $50K for shopping. I got to make sure she got this. She's flying first class. There's a shirt. They go above and beyond. But when you're a broke bitch, he be like, oh, let me just get her a flight. I'm going to just get her a flight. I'm going to just put her in a let me just put her in a little 3-star hotel. She's going to be all impressed. She's going to be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you booked me a flight and you put me in this hotel. Oh my God. A guy can always tell what class you want. I want to say this is not about just making money because of men. It's about yourself. I'm telling you, when you center yourself, you start to not be impressed by the bare minimum, and it becomes so much more easier for you to next caller, the guys that are not on that level, because you don't have a scarcity mindset when it comes to your finances. So you're not going to have a scarcity mindset when it comes to your dating life. So guys, this 2025, what are we doing? We are decentering men, and we are focusing on ourselves, because when we focus on ourselves, we are more fulfilled and happy, and we can show up as our best version in a relationship, and we're going to attract the best partners because we are operating at our highest frequency, and we will be able to afford to leave any situation. We're no longer dating for financial security anymore. Because why? We are the only ones that can provide the utmost financial security for ourselves, because a man can change his mind at any given second. Hello. And guys, I'm gonna leave you with that. If you're listening to me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, or any audio platform, thank you for listening. If you're watching here with me live on YouTube, you already know. Like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys already know the rest. Until we meet again.